Tonight, we're getting a new look into the role both Sergeant Ramirez and Deputy Lindsey played as mentors to the next generation of law enforcement. As you know, Ramirez and Lindsey were shot and killed at a restaurant last week while they were just simply eating and having lunch. The two spent their final days talking to cadets, recruiting them to join the Gilchrist County Sheriff's Office. Our Juliette Dreyer shows us the lasting impression they made on one future officer.
At the memorial service for the two slain deputies, Gilchrist County Sheriff Bobby Schultz spoke about how both Sergeant Ramirez and Deputy Lindsey were so passionate about the Gilchrist County Sheriff's Office that they wanted to recruit new people to join. And that's exactly what they were doing right here at the same institute where they themselves trained just 2 weeks before they were murdered.
He explained how close-knit Gilchrist County was and how they were all family.
Those were the last words Sergeant Noel Ramirez said to the recruiting class at the Santa Fe College Institute of Public Safety. He and Deputy Taylor Lindsey, who both trained there, were talking to a class of recruits. 2 weeks later, Lindsey and Ramirez were murdered in a Trenton restaurant.
Getting to meet and talk to two people, and then 2 weeks later they're involved in a shooting that takes their lives.
Jairus McConnell graduates from the academy next week. He first met Sergeant Ramirez in a Trenton gas station. Ramirez saw he was in the academy and struck up a conversation.
Even just on that first meeting, with us both having that career as being a law enforcement officer, how close I felt to him. Almost like as a family member.
The past week has been hard on the recruits. The school brought in counselors the day after the ambush. I asked McConnell if this made him question a career in law enforcement.
The only thing I question is, do I want to do this to my family, cause that much pain to them? But then I thought of what Deputy Lindsey and Sergeant Ramirez did. They did it for us. They did it for the people at home.
Is he scared? McConnell says, of course, but his faith in God carries him forward. McConnell and 50 other recruits and academy staff said goodbye to Ramirez and Lindsey at the funeral earlier this week. But the passion Ramirez and Lindsey held for the job and passed on to the next generation will never die.
They were two amazing men, and there's no one that can ever replace their shoes, ever.
In Alachua County, Juliette Dreyer, First Coast News, on your side.